Good morning. I'm here today to talk to you about water testing and how we can help you help your customers improve the quality of their water. And to get started, please consider yourself the water doctor. And like a physician, we do a water analysis or an examination. We formulate a treatment method or a diagnosis and explain the treatment method. And then unlike the doctor, we explain the cost. But to do this, we have to do water testing. And there's two types of test strips that we have with us today. One is for city water, the other is for iron. And then we have two water samples, city water and well water. So to get started, we're going to take a test strip from the city water bottle, and we're going to submerge for 2 seconds, leave the pad horizontally, and you notice there's 3 pads on this test strip. The first one is for chlorine, the second is for pH, and the third one is for water hardness. And it says in the bottle that we have to wait 10 seconds before we do the test. But it's been about there, so we're going to check for chlorine level. And we notice here that the chlorine level is about 1.5 ppm. Now, we'll see chlorine level on city water as high as 5 ppm. So keep in mind that only 0.2 and 0.3 is needed for disinfection. So high chlorine levels definitely are something that we're going to want to talk to our customer about. Now, pH is important because if we have low pH water down in this range, we're going to have acidic water which can leach lead to the water supply, and the corrosion can cause pinholes to occur in copper pipe. But luckily, the pH is right in range, so it's neutral, so that's not a concern. But here we see that hardness is a concern, and that, looking at the chart, we have 12 grains hard water. Now, 7 grains is considered hard water, and even 3, 4, 5 grains will cause scaling to occur. So immediately, I now know that our 2 biggest concerns for the city water application would be chlorine and hardness. Now for the well water, we're going to want to test for iron, and the iron is a problem in throughout the country, and of course hardness is a problem. So let's test for the iron, and here we're going to let the pad sit for 60 seconds, so we're going to put that aside while we're going to test the hardness and the pH of the well water. Okay, so we have to wait a few seconds here. And of course this is well water, so there's no chlorine unless they have a chemical feed pump. So we're going to test for the pH, and we're right on range again. But the hardness is up to 20 grains hard water. So immediately I know that hardness is a concern that we're going to want to talk to the customer about. And the iron level for the well water, it's 1.5 ppm of iron, and that's at a point where we could handle that level with a water softener, but more commonly we would recommend an iron filter. So for the well water, we're basically concerned with iron and hardness, and for the city water, we're basically concerned with chlorine levels and hardness. And here we would use our pocket catalog to make a recommendation. And along with the pocket catalog, we have our rate card. So the advantage is that we can do the water test, make a recommendation, and quote a price while you're right in front of the customer, so they can make a purchase decision at that time. Now, using our pocket catalog, we ask the question inside front cover, why is everyone drinking bottled water? And obviously it's because they don't trust their tap water. And we also talk about on page 3 water hardness, and we have the water hardness map in the United States. And here the big concern is that soap doesn't dissolve readily in hard water, so we got soap film all over on shower walls and on in our hair and on our skin. And of course, the scale damage to appliances will end up costing the customer money in plumbing repairs. So for the city water application, I'm going to recommend the combination water softener whole house filter. And we do that in 2 tanks or 1 tank. So on page 4 and 5, here's the double tank. And we have a whole house filter to remove harmful chemicals, chlorine, taste, odors, heavy metals. And of course, in the second tank is the water softener, so we remove the water hardness. So this is the ideal, ultimate, the best of the best water treatment system for city water. But if space is an issue or the price of the equipment, we can do this in a more affordable model, which is the single tank. So at the top of the tank we have the filter media, and the bottom of the tank we have the resin. So we accomplish the same goal in a single tank. So we offer significant advantages for city water, providing what we say on the cover of the brochure, filtered water and soft water all in a single system. Now on the well water, we'd recommend clearly the water softener. So we're going to jump to page 7 and we're going to point out the advantages of the water softener. There's no soap residue, there's no scale, there's no bad hair days, no dry skin, brighter laundry, no deposits on plumbing fixtures, and fewer plumbing repairs. We list 3 models: the standard model, the Model 100, a little more water usage. On well water you might use the Model 150, and an estate home with greater water usage and a lot of bathrooms, we'd recommend the Model 300. And then along with the water softener for the well, we'd recommend, of course, our well water treatment system for iron, sulfur, and manganese. It removes the iron, the sulfur, and the manganese without using chemicals, which is a significant advantage. So we create an air pocket here to oxidize the iron, oxidize the sulfur. It's more filterable. It's removed by the filter media that's in the bottom of the tank. It goes into a backwash cycle routinely, so it backwashes the contaminants away and removes more the next day. So there, it's easy for you to use our pocket catalog to make a recommendation and to quote a price, all because you're prepared and brought your test strips with you on your service call. I hope this information was helpful. If you have additional questions, please refer to our website, safetyzonewater.com.